Hi, my name is Craig Lane of Health Alchemy, and this is another in the series of 3-minute miracles. Today we're going to be talking about oil pulling. And oil pulling sounds a little strange. I remember the first time I heard of it 10 years ago, I was introduced by an Ayurvedic practitioner about taking some sesame oil or some sunflower oil, ideally before a meal or first thing in the morning, and you're swishing it around in your mouth for about 15 minutes. It's actually quite simple. And the mechanism is that the oil is pulling stuff out of the sinuses in the head, and the action that I'm going to demonstrate in a minute of swishing it around in your mouth is activating the salivary glands. It's activating the thymus and the thyroid potentially. It's activating a lot of the circulation around the mouth, and that in and of itself is getting toxins, because a lot of us have suppressed infections in and around our sinus cavities, small ones to large ones that are very chronic, and a lot of us aren't even aware of it. So let me demonstrate really quickly what the motion is for about 20 seconds. That will take us about 15 minutes. Then you spit it out, but you don't spit it out until there's a change in the consistency of the oil. There will come a noticeable point where the oil will turn a certain viscosity from very thick to a thin, more like water. At that point, the oil's done its job, and you spit it out. Get it out of your mouth. You might even want to gargle a little bit, get all that old residue out, because you've been pulling stuff down into your oral cavity that you need to get out. So spit it out, rinse your mouth out with something afterwards, and then maybe even brush your teeth. The other thing to watch for is the oil will get a little bit foamy potentially, and you'll notice some days it will turn thinner and watery more quickly than others. When it does turn thinner more quickly, it usually means there's not as much coming out in that time. So I have days where it's 5 minutes, and I also have days where it's going to take 15 minutes. There's no rhyme or reason sometimes. It just depends on what we've eaten the day before and how much toxicity and acids and deposits we've built up in the system. And this is something you're going to have to commit to doing for 3 months every day. The more you do it, the more accelerated it will become. You can do it up to 3 times a day, but I recommend starting with once a day, and make it convenient for yourself. Make it fun. Like I do it in the morning, and I get up and I put the oil in my mouth, and I get my tea ready. I might even do a couple yoga postures. I might brush my hair, might go for a walk, might do some dry skin brushing, which is also another of the 3-minute miracles. So there are various ways to multitask, because in today's world, we're all busy. There are none of us that has a lot of extra time, and this is one of those, again, it doesn't take very long, and you can do other things while you're doing it. And this is the bottle you're looking for. I like Spectrum Naturals. Looks like this. But this is the toasted sesame oil. You want the regular light sesame oil. Ideally that's organic, and it will say unrefined on here. Is the most ideal. You take a tablespoon of it and put it in your mouth. So it's helpful to buy a larger bottle for a better discount, but if you have to get a small one, that's fine too. It may take you, this is a 8-ounce bottle for example, so that's about a cup of fluid, which is about 16 tablespoons, so 16 days worth would be in this bottle here. That's why it behooves you to buy a larger bottle. This is another in this series of 3-minute miracles called oil pulling. If you would like the document, I can send this to you, just email me. Go to healthalchemy.com. Thank you very much.